So, hello guys, welcome to the Bollywood Talk Show on IWMBuzz. This is your host Shubhajit, and today I have with me someone. She is all ready to come all guns blazing once again with another interesting project. When she came in the movie Kabir Singh, the crowd was literally divided in two halves. One half believed कि यार चलो सही है, कबीर ने अच्छा किया, he waited for Preeti, and the other half was always in believing this fact कि क्या पागल इंसान है, he should have gone ahead with this beautiful girl. So I fell in that second category. So when you got rave reviews like that, I know that we are talking about the big bull here, but then we can't really get over the rage and the foundation that Kabir Singh probably created. So I want to get your remark on that one first before we move ahead.
Well, I would say it came in the least expected way as possible, and it's turned things around for me completely. I didn't see it coming,
Yeah,
but post the release of Kabir Singh, things have been extremely different. People have started
yeah,
seeing me in a different way, of course,
yeah,
and
yeah,
a lot of interesting offers have come my way. I can't be
yeah.
more grateful to what Kabir Singh brought for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of interesting offers have come, and I'm pretty sure they will keep on coming in the long run. Now, the big reason that we are talking about right now is the big bull.
Yes.
There's Abhishek Bachchan, there's Ileana D'Cruz, there's Kuki Gulati. There's a fantastic story which we are all aware about. We have seen it in a different dimension, in a different way in the form of Scam 92. But the foundation remains the same, and we are all very excited to see how the whole story has been panned out in a duration of say 2 to 3 hours. What's your take on that? I mean, how has the entire experience been from the very beginning of shooting Big Bull till now when you're promoting and you're talking about it?
It's been quite a journey now when I think about it. We started back in 2019.
Yeah,
That's when we started shooting for the film from
yeah,
the first day
yeah,
when I heard the script out from
yeah,
Cookie Sir,
yeah, yeah,
and then we
yeah,
started shooting. Ideally, we
yeah,
would have wrapped it up by then, but then
yeah.
unfortunate series of events, the pandemic happened, and
Yes,
the release that was a theatrical release, it had to go on OTT, and there was some
yeah,
patchwork that we had to do. So it's
yeah,
ideally, if you see, since 2019 until now, it's been quite a long time.
yeah,
Everybody has been eagerly waiting, anticipating when
yeah,
is it going to
yeah,
finally come out. So now, of
yeah,
course, it feels very overwhelming. We've all
yeah,
been through this long journey of being
yeah.
together, being a part of the script that we've all believed in. So right
True.
now, of course, everybody is a little nervous, a little excited, uh,
Yeah,
extremely happy that it's finally happening, and
yeah.
finally people are going to watch whatever we put together.
Absolutely. And as a creative person, when you have come up with some good work, you're obviously very excited to show it out to the rest of the world. But
That's right.
you mentioned something very interesting that ये 2019 में ही ready हो गया था, but then a whole lot of things came up. Pandemic जो भी COVID-19 था, अभी COVID-21 हो गया almost, because that is how it is going forward. So
Yeah,
your Kabir Singh happened. I'm pretty sure. I think it was in 2019 only Kabir
it
Singh
was in
happened.
2019.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So I just want to ask you this thing, that had things been fine, 2019, the audience saw Nikita in a big way, and then cut to very soon they would have seen her in another different way. So जो वो gap था, वो शायद
जी.
और कम होता compared to the gap that has been created now. So do you think that's a blessing in disguise? कि चलो ठीक है, it's like the people's perception is कि चलो यार, the Kabir Singh girl is coming once again. Or is it like, do you feel like, yeah, somewhere down the line you have been let down, maybe because of destiny ki, ये इतना gap हो गया बीच में.
You know what? I'll tell you. It's what happens is that, of course,
Yeah,
there are lots of things that you plan in your head.
yeah,
Also,
yeah,
when you have a release that comes out, it does
yeah,
well, it doesn't do well.
yeah,
What you're doing, what you're working on. Somewhere you always have these vague plans in your head that okay, this film is
yeah,
going to come out then, and hopefully by then this will work out. So similarly,
yeah,
that's human nature. Similarly, I had
yeah,
plans like that. Surprisingly and luckily, Kabir Singh worked very well for me. And post that,
yes,
there were three films that I had signed immediately. And 2020 was going to see the release of four films of mine. So it was going to
okay,
be a really big year for me.
yeah, yeah,
But only one of them released. That was Maska, that came out on Netflix in the start of the pandemic.
yes,
It came out exactly a
yes,
year ago around this time. So I
yeah,
think since the time the pandemic has started, I don't think in any way you can say it's a blessing in disguise or okay, whatever's happened, let it go. It's just now I
yeah,
think we're just trying to
yeah,
adapt because it's not with
yeah,
an individual or with a group of
yeah,
people it's happened. It's
yeah,
it's affected
yeah,
everybody in their own ways. So if I start saying that, oh shit, four films of mine were gonna come out and they
yeah,
didn't come out, oh
yeah,
God, look at
yeah,
me. I'm so much in distress and all. I don't think it's fair because, of course, people have gone through worse. So now when I look
Absolutely.
at it in my head, I'm like, just make
Yeah.
the most and the best of whatever's thrown at you.
Yeah.
So similarly,
Yeah.
how Big Bull was supposed to be a theatrical release and now it's coming
Yeah.
out on the OTT, it's
Yeah.
the same logic. We're just making the most of what is given to us at the moment. It
Yeah.
can't be anything better because more people are going to watch it in the current scenario at their houses
Yeah.
rather than going to the
Yeah.
theaters and watching it. So
Yeah.
I've just been trying to be as positive and taking whatever's coming to me in the best way possible.
Yeah. I think I really like your positive approach because, in certain situations like these, when, I mean, stuff is out of your control, you cannot really control nature, right? So that's when
Yes,
you just gonna give it up and jo hoga dekha
exactly.
jayega, whole attitude. But
Exactly.
at,
And
yeah, yeah, continue.
no, no, you were saying, sorry.
So what I was saying is that somewhere down the line, hum insan hai. We might have our plans. It might not go the way we might convince our mind, but दिल में दुखता तो होगा कि यार मतलब ये था दिल में theatrical release नहीं हो रहा because nothing beats the experience of a 70
Yes,
screen in front
yes,
of you compared to what you were seeing in OTT. So are you upset
yes.
down the line, somewhere down the line कि यार ये theater में नहीं आ रहा?
Honestly, I don't know. It's like the universe has thrown way more bigger things at me. Like currently I am down with COVID, so I'm trapped inside
Yeah,
the house. I'm under home isolation at the moment.
yeah,
So
yeah,
even I can't even get to watch it with my friends, family, with the cast crew. I can't watch it with anybody. So imagine from a theatrical release, I'm going to be sitting all by myself in my house and watching
yeah,
the film that I've been
yeah,
eagerly waiting
yeah,
for. So
yeah,
I am still trying to not let myself down. I'm still trying to
yeah,
stay positive.
yeah,
So that's
yeah,
something I've learned. I've really learned how to be patient. I've really
yeah,
learned how
yeah,
to just believe in the good. Just believe that whatever's happening, there is a reason, and in the end, it's all going
yeah.
to work out. It's all going to be great.
Well, I hope कि ये जो positive approach है वो continue रहे and you keep getting positive in your mind, but वो test आप negative फटाफट हो जाओ because I'm pretty
I
sure your
hope
fans and
so. I
admirers want
hope
that.
so.
You know,
Yeah.
before I wrap this up, I have few interesting questions. एक rapid
Sure.
fire है, but it's not the regular rapid fire. यहाँ पे certain questions are regarding the stock market, certain questions are certain, hypothetical questions जो कि I'm pretty sure you would love to answer अगर मैं आपको सवाल पूछूं तो. So allow
Oh
me to do
God.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting. I assure you that.
I'm going to be very
Uh,
bad at technical questions. Just giving a heads up.
no, no, no. There's nothing technical. Nobody's testing your GK or quiz out here. It's all about having fun at the end of the day. So the
Right.
first one is very simple. One thing that you learned new about the stock and money market. ये movie करने के बाद.
One thing that I learned that there are uncountable people whose livelihoods depend on the stock market and you don't realize it till you see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. ये थोड़ा हटके सवाल है. Uh, you choose how you want to answer this. If you were given the power to pull off a scam and never get caught, what would be your reaction to that situation?
My reaction to that situation.
Yeah, and what you will do eventually? Will you be the goody goody girl कि नहीं यार नहीं करना या फिर if you are given the power you will think कि हाँ यार मौका है अच्छा है everything. This is a very
Honestly,
fun question.
I might act very brave right now by saying that yes, I'll pull the scam off, but I know deep down inside I'm quite a fattu when it comes to doing such daring things. So I'll be the one who
Yeah,
will join hands and say कि नहीं नहीं हो पाएगा.
yeah.
सीधे सीधे चलते हैं.
Yeah, so better be safe than sorry is
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
your
yeah.
funda in life.
I've always done that in life. So, in fact, I've never cheated in an exam. So, I've always
Oh
been
my
very
God.
scared of that also. So, pulling off a
Uh,
scam is just out of bounds for me.
it's just a huge coincidence because I have a question regarding cheating in an examination, which I'll come to later
Oh,
on.
okay.
Okay, but before that, okay. One thing that you love the most about Scam 92.
One thing, I think the performances, Pratik Gandhi,
Yeah,
Shreya, they have done an outstanding job. So, when I watched
yeah,
it, I was all praise for them.
yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah, again, this is an interesting one. I was talking about the reaction of the general public after seeing you in Kabir Singh. तो ये हमारी टीम ने पूछा है कि how many proposals and fun DMs did you get after your stupendous cameo in Kabir Singh? Any interesting message that you probably remember? किसी fan ने message किया होगा या फिर something that comes across in your mind?
I think there have been some two, three very funny memes that I came across after
Yeah,
Kabir Singh.
yeah,
One of them
yeah,
being, there's this part of the song where Shahid and I are walking. We are walking
yes,
next to the
yes,
sea, and in the
Yeah.
background there is somebody who's sitting and selling chana or something. There's somebody. So people have
Yeah.
actually written that the person sitting in the back is me. So I remember actually sharing that on my own Facebook
Yeah.
page, saying that
Yeah. Yeah.
in reality, I'm not the one
Yeah.
walking next to Shahid, I'm the one sitting behind.
But ये एक सवाल मुझे अभी आया है. I don't know. I mean, how would you react to this? But that was obviously a movie when you are giving your all in terms of emotions and everything to the person, and then वो बंदा जाके पीछे हटके he goes back to his past. I hope कभी ना हो आपके साथ, लेकिन अगर कभी आपके साथ ऐसा situation हुआ where some guy is trying to do that, how would you react? गुस्सा आएगा या फिर you will let that thing go happen just the way
गुस्सा
it
तो
is?
आई मीन गुस्सा से ज्यादा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट बहुत ज्यादा होता है. But then there is a policy I've always lived on, which is live and let live. You can't force somebody. You
Yes,
can't force anybody to do anything.
absolutely,
It's very opposite of what
absolutely.
Kabir Singh has done in the film. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you express your emotions. If you get it back, great. If you don't, you just move on. You
Even better.
can't drag the person to yourself.
Absolutely. Okay. The first word that comes to your mind when you hear Abhishek Bachchan's name.
Mm, I think now the first word that comes to my mind is gold spot. He's just rubbed it so much in my head because there's been a scene where we both are drinking gold
Yeah.
spot and I didn't end up
Yeah.
drinking it in the scene. So he's
Yeah.
made a huge issue out of it that I refused gold spot, which is something
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
every 90s, 80s kid would die for. So
Yeah.
because of constantly doing it this in every interview, the first thing
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah.
is that.
Well, that's not really the answer I was expecting, but quite an interesting one. नया कुछ पता चला. Okay.
जी.
This is my question regarding the cheating part, which I already know, but I need to ask you. Ever performed a hilarious scam in school or college where you probably cheated from your friend's paper and eventually got more marks than him or her? ये तो आपने कभी नहीं किया,
No,
सोच ही नहीं
never
सकती आप.
happened. That's what I'm saying. I had a good girl syndrome when I was in school and
Yeah.
college. So ye
But
cheating
has
meeting
somebody else
sub.
done it with you?
Yes, people
Like
have done
probably
it with
cheated
me.
from you?
Yes, yes, definitely. And that's never been an issue. But
Yeah.
I have been very scared. I was that child
Uh,
who was scared in
yeah.
the house. Like if I cheat, my
Yeah.
parents will actually punish me. They'll find out
Oh my
somehow.
God.
So that's what. So
Oh my
I had
God.
this major good girl syndrome. So
Yeah.
cheating was always out of the bounds.
No, you were still very good in terms of how you were with your friends, because a lot of people are like, मैं तो cheating नहीं करूंगी, किसी और को भी नहीं देखने दूंगी.
No, so
You were
funnily,
like कि
I've
नहीं
never
तुम कर
been a
लो.
spoil sport. हाँ, I've never been a spoil sport that way.
Yeah,
हमारे
yeah,
ethics
interesting.
जिंदा रहने चाहिए, बाकी सब देख लो.
बाकी सब देख लो अपने अपने. Okay, this is really really interesting. If you could level up any aspect of yourself, it can be anything. Maybe your looks, maybe your strength, maybe your intelligence, and you also had to decrease another aspect at the cost of that, what would those two aspects be? Like one quality you want to enhance and one quality you would probably decrease at the cost of it.
I think something that I would want to enhance about myself is learning to be a little more calm. I do get
Okay.
restless sometimes very easily.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can panic at the drop of a hat sometimes when things are going a little out of control. And I would lose it at the cost of getting emotional. I am a very emotional person. I get
Okay.
attached to
So
people very quickly. So I wish I can let go of that a little bit and get
yeah.
more of this.
So that's a fair barter system that I would say.
Yeah.
अच्छा चलेगा वो चीज.
Ji.
Okay. If you could put wings on any species of animal, what animal would you choose and why?
Mm, maybe actually I would want to cut off wings from some animals, like a cockroach, maybe.
Why?
Like a
Yeah.
cockroach
Then
cannot
it's
have wings. It's scary in itself.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
just cannot have wings. So I wish I could cut
Yeah.
off wings from an insect animal. But if I could give
Yeah.
wings to somebody, maybe like
Yeah.
a horse or something, so that you can
Yeah.
kind of
You get
ride
those
on it,
unicorn
fly.
vibes.
Yes, you can fly and then land somewhere,
Yeah.
easier to
Yeah.
travel. So maybe a horse.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Lovely imagination going in. Okay, so this is another interesting one. आपको सोचना पड़ेगा काफी.
Oh my
If you
God.
had to be haunted by a ghost for the rest of your life, but you could choose which dead person's ghost it would be, whom would you choose? काफी खोद खोद के
Uh,
निकाला है हमने ये सवाल.
खोद खोद के बहुत ज्यादा. Which dead person's ghost? Maybe
Would you love to be haunted by?
I would love to be haunted by, in a funny way. I
Yeah.
lost my grandmom at a very young age. So maybe her, because
Okay.
her major concern used to be in life that I don't eat. So,
Yeah.
she's
Just
going to
like
be
typical
after my life
grandmother.
just trying to feed me food. And she was
Yeah.
also a very hilarious person. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'm just going to keep laughing if
Yeah.
I have her around me.
But on a serious note, I'm pretty sure she must be watching all the success you're getting right
I
now, and
hope,
she
I
must be
hope,
blessing you from up,
I
up
hope
there.
so.
And I
Yeah.
hope that continues. The second last question before I wrap this up: if you could choose any job to be replaced by robots, what job would you select, and which one would you make it obsolete?
So already, I think the technology is progressing that much that
Yeah.
robots have taken over
Yeah.
this job. But I would say
Yeah.
cleaning, because in the lockdown last year, I have
Yeah.
suffered
Yeah.
big time. I was all by myself, and I had
Yeah.
completely transformed into this bi, a permanent working bi. I used to
Yeah.
only clean and cook all the
Yeah.
time, and that's when I
Yeah.
used to be like, somebody, Alexa, somebody do the dishes, somebody clean the house. I can't do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if at all, please have more robots who can do house cleaning.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
want.
So या फिर वो iPhone में feature आ जाए कि Alexa please do the cleaning. So that also works.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. The last question: if you were given any one luxury item, but you couldn't sell it to earn profit, we're talking about profit because Scam 92 business and all. What luxury item would you select, which you can't resell ever?
Oh, which you cannot resell ever.
Yeah.
Luxury item. I think luxury. Um, Wait, luxury item would include. Okay, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last वाला है ना इसलिए. We save the
that's
best for
why.
the last.
एकदम सोच में डाल दिया आपने. I
Yeah.
think maybe a phone, because how much ever you do, I think you can't delete the data in your phone. So
Yes.
maybe like I've always been very against reselling phones because I find this very tricky. I think technology has become
Yeah.
so advanced, you just don't know
Yeah.
what people can get out of your phone whenever, at
True.
whatever point.
True.
So maybe
True.
one thing that should not be resold is your
Yeah.
phone, mobile phones.
See, again, your safe than sorry wala attitude is coming out here. हाँ कि नहीं मेरे phone में जो भी है वो सिर्फ मेरा है. It's not
वो
doesn't
सिर्फ
belong to
मेरा
anyone
है.
else.
Privacy at its
Yeah.
best, I would say.
Just like how Kabir Singh said, मेरी बंदी सिर्फ मेरी बंदी है. मेरे phone के things are just mine, nobody else.
You seem to be a big fan of Kabir Singh.
I am. I love the movie. I love your performance. I love Shahid
Thank you,
in it
thank
as
you.
well, and I hope I love Big Bull as well. I'm going to watch it today.
You
So let's
definitely
just
will.
hope
Thank you.
and I just hope and pray that everything that you do forward in the future works for you, and may all the decisions that you take they keep getting better and better, and may you keep climbing the ladder of success higher and higher. ऐसे करते करते.
Thank you. You
It's
said such
lovely
kind
talking to
words.
you. It's
Thank
a
you.
sweet
Likewise.
conversation. Thank you so much. It's a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
and take care, stay safe, and I hope you get well soon. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Lovely chatting. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you. Bye bye. Pleasure.